According to the data in their networks, the ring has some kind of deep religious significance. They call it Halo. They believe that Halo is some kind of weapon.
What sort of weapon is it?
One with unimaginable power.
Everything's very clean in Unreal 5. I mean, this is why they're doing it. This right here is why they're doing it. Look at our boy. The first time a gold elite pops out. Oh, man. This takes me back. This is good. This is good. Hearing the elite say wort, wort, wort again, I mean, we saw that in the first video. That's good. That's the good. Time for the piece de resistance. The thing that I've been waiting to see, but, you know, we got distracted with some new indie games, we got distracted with League, we got distracted with some other really, really great, truly worth it stuff, but none of those things are Halo. And that is what we're going to see right now. The first look at the brand new Halo games. Who here is ready for that? Man, I'm so ready for this. All right, so there was three things. There was the round table reveal. I think this is the first thing that came out. And then there was the trailer that it leads into. And then there was even gameplay that they showed. So I'm super excited for this. So there's three different things here. So let's start with the round table reveal. Let's see it. They better not screw this up. Okay, they got the music. All right. Whoa, this looks clean. So this is Halo 1. Okay. So for anyone who doesn't know, I mean, I'm old. And I grew up on Halo, just like a lot of people have. If you're watching this, you probably grew up on Halo as well. But the thing is that I was like, you know, I was like a top tier player in Halo 2. That was like my first game that I played at a very high level. So Halo is truly special to me. Halo 1 and 2 and 3, they're some of my favorite games of all time. So this is like a pretty big thing for me. And so seeing like the reveal for obviously this is Halo 1, you know, I hate to use the word reloaded, but Halo 1 Reloaded is basically what this is. This is really cool. This is really cool and really heartening. We saw, and I will link this in the description below if you're watching this on YouTube. I covered the creation of the Halo Studio, basically from the ashes of 343. 343 is screwed over, you know, the previous Halo games pretty hard. Halo Infinite was better than the other two, but it's not great. Halo 5 was absolute dog. Halo 4 was extremely flawed. And I know that rhymes. And so, like, you know, it's been a checkered past, right? It's been a checkered past. But, you know, they were trying to say that they're going to right the ship for Halo Studios. And, you know, kind of think of something that was going to be really, really different. Then they announced that they're making, you know, their next game in Unreal Engine 5. This is obviously Unreal 5. And you can tell, and that's a little bit of a worry, but I'll talk about that later on. But I can immediately tell this is Unreal 5. It's not a completely bad thing. It looks beautiful. But there's some issues with it that are kind of like trademarks of every Unreal 5 game. You know, the lighting and stuff. Things look a little too clean. This is just like 5 seconds in. But, you know, overall, I'm very excited. So I really want to see more of this. Now, just some background on me and my passion for Halo. Hearing the
Halo
music,
Campaign
though,
Evolved is the next project coming out of Halo Studios.
Some of the best games
It is
of all
the
time.
ultimate Halo CE campaign remake.
Yeah.
It is coming to Xbox, PC, and for the first time, PlayStation. It'll be arriving next year. To talk more about it, we've got Dan, Max, and Greg from the development team. Guys, let's get into this.
There's like
Why
three
is this
big
the right
heads
game
from
for
the
right
development
now?
team.
We did this work on Halo Anniversary. I felt like there were certain things that were left unsaid. There were certain things that we weren't able to achieve.
Okay, so he's saying I was unhappy with Halo CE Anniversary. So Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, Master Chief Collection. What are you talking about? I think the thing that, what was it, 2000 and I think it was a few years ago that came out, several years ago. And this is good because, you know, Master Chief Collection version of Halo, the Halo 1 campaign remade was absolute. If you're a Halo fan and you're a true Halo fan, you will look upon that as one of the worst iterations of Halo 1 ever made. I would much rather play original Xbox Halo 1. Not even an emulator, not even upgraded like, you know, textures or whatever. Original Xbox Halo 1 compared to Master Chief Collection, Halo CE1 Evolved or whatever the fuck that they came out with years ago. That thing fucking sucked. It changed the art style. It changed the maps. It changed so many unique things about Halo. And it fucked it up. And it was kind of like the issues that we have with Halo 4 and Halo 5, they put into Halo 1. And Halo 1 is like a nigh perfect game. Like, how the fuck do you do that? So, you know, if they were like, you know, upset with, we did this wrong. Good. You did. Do this one better. Please. Please do
At
this
that time,
better.
there were certain things we weren't able to do.
It's a great time to revisit Combat Evolved for new players,
Let's
for established Halo players,
I'm
and maybe
very
even
skeptical.
for old friends playing on different hardware today, to allow them to play together and enjoy the franchise together again.
Going back to the
Focus on co-op. I like what he's saying. I like what he's saying, guys.
Halo ring again for the first time.
For the first time is really important, and for them to be surprised by new content and feel like excited again about exploring the ring world.
For new players, this
Bro, I
is the
replay
right
Halo
time
1
for you
like
to
once
jump
every
in.
couple
Think
of
of this
years,
as
man. I'm
your
always excited
introduction
about that
into
game.
this huge franchise we've been building for the past 25 years.
I'm curious how you're going to focus on capturing the essence of the original, knowing that you need to evolve to kind of move the experience forward.
Yeah, from design, we don't take that lightly at all. Whenever we make a change, the number one thing was to be true to the original game.
For
Yes.
every one of those topics that comes up, there's someone who is
Do not fuck up the energy of the original game. It is not a difficult concept. Make it worth it. Make it something that honors the OG. If you don't, we're not gonna play it. I'm not gonna play it if it sucks. Like, there's no reason to. I still have my original Xbox. I will still play the OG. I don't give a
incredibly
fuck.
passionate on the other side, saying we can, like, that is sacred. We do not move that crate.
It's really about looking across, you know, what we've learned over the years, what technology we've built, and how we can tie that back into this experience.
All right.
So in this game, up to 4 people can play the campaign together, regardless of which platform they're on.
Huge, unironic, absolute W. 4 people can play the game at the same time. That was something that was never even in the original. This is so good. This is absolutely top. Good. This is good. I like this
And
energy.
then we're kicking it old school. We can play 2-player co-op on consoles, on the couch together, just like we
Okay,
did back in
alright.
the original.
Most people don't even bother split
What do you
screen
have to
anymore.
do differently to account now for 4 people running around?
For different co-op counts, we will make some of the spaces larger. We also want to make sure we're authentic to the encounters themselves. So it's a balancing act between that difficulty tuning and
Now, this worries me. They're already talking about changing things. I'm not the biggest fan of that. Halo 1 is already difficult enough, and you can, like, you know, make it more difficult with other goofy things and stuff. They're already talking about changing things. That's not a good sign, boys.
you know, making those encounters the right size for the right space.
I understand that we've done some special tune-up works to the beloved Warthog.
We have. There's a new seat, what I like to call the golf cart seat or the bumper seat. This is on the back of the Warthog, so now you can bring everyone with.
Mind if I join you?
Let's talk a little bit about one of my favorite aspects of the Halo franchise. What is a skull? What's cool about it? What does it do?
A skull is a gameplay modifier.
We know what skulls are,
Makes the game more
bro.
challenging.
Dude, if this is like a love letter to proper Halo fans, why are they explaining skulls to us like we don't know what the fuck skulls are? Everyone knows what a lasso run is. Everyone knows what skulls are. And to be fair, it was really cool way before we even knew what skulls were, back when Halo 1 came out, Halo 2 came out, before, like, you know, the advent of the internet, really. We were really, really enjoying learning these things ourselves. That's fair. But, like, we all know what skulls are. Don't waste your time. What do you mean?
For the player,
The combination, the pairing of these different skulls and how that's going to
Yes,
create that
that
new
is-
gameplay experience.
is,
Huge
you
amount
know,
of replay
roguelike
options
feel.
for folks.
Yeah.
I
Makes it
love the
harder. Everyone
replayability
knows
that
it.
skulls bring to a campaign. It just, it is almost endless variety.
we have dozens of skulls this time.
The most that we've ever had.
I don't know if I speak for every Halo fan, but I think I speak for most Halo fans when I say we all know how skulls work. Focus on the actual fucking game before you even bother with extra things like skulls. The 90% of Halo fans will never use a skull in their life. Ever. They don't even know how to unlock them. Most people will just play the normal mode, and then they'll play hard, and then they might try legendary, and legendary is, like, you know, completely unbalanced. So, you know, it's not unbalanced, but, like, you know, it's a lot harder. So, like, it's a lot bigger of a difficulty jump, and that's where they stop. Very few people actually go on to skulls.
In a Halo game.
Why are
You
they
the lasso
focusing
guy?
on this?
I think you yourself told me that you don't think anyone
this
would ever be
might
able to
be
complete
them
this
saying,
game with
"Hey, we
legendary
get
all
ya."
skulls on.
I don't think so. I mean, there's a lot. And so if you can do a true legendary all skulls on run, let us know.
Yeah, some
'Cause
random
I'd love to
speedrunner
see
will
it.
do it, whatever.
I think, I mean, that'd be really hard.
If there's one thing that this community has shown us is do not underestimate them, and they will find a way. So Halo's always
The trees look very different. The rocks look good. Everything else looks good. Warthog looks okay. You know, they are making a design change, but I'm okay with the design change because they're adding an extra seat. So that's good.
been known for its sandbox. How has this evolved?
We made sure that anything we included isn't going to drastically change the way the game plays, to change the sandbox in a drastic way, but there's some really fun kind of additions, and that's across, you know, enemies, weapons, vehicles, things that in the original CE you weren't able to do before that you now can. You finally killed the elite with the sword. That weapon hits the floor and you can pick that up and just, you know, kind of really take it to the...
Well, that's a change I can get behind. You couldn't use the Halo sword, the Elite sword in the OG. You could only start to use the Elite sword in 2. So that is a very nice change. There's a couple of things that they added in the next Halo games, which would only be W's. Weapon swapping is a big one. Obviously the Halo sword, you know, the Elite sword is a big one. I would say the addition of more players, the 4-player co-op, that's a huge thing. Updated graphics, sure, of course. Beyond that, I don't want them to change anything else. I don't want them to iterate. I don't want them to say, hey, you know, we didn't like this encounter the first time. We want to change it. No. Most of the devs on the Halo team are from Halo 4 and Halo 5 and Halo Infinite. The dog shit Halos, 343 Halos. They don't know how to design levels. They don't know how to do things that Bungie did, which is the big problem. So if they try to, you know, paint with a broad brush on Halo 1 with the lessons learned, so-called, on Halo 4, 5, and Infinite, it'll just fuck up Halo 1. So I don't really want them to touch Halo 1 much. Every major design decision, you can go onto YouTube right now. Hell, let's do it right now. We're not going to look at any of these videos, but if I go to YouTube and just show you Halo 1, we just type in Halo 1. We just go through Halo 1 and we just look on, well, right now they're just showing the reveal, like everyone's covering it. But if you go to, like, you know, older videos and stuff, you will see video after video talking about the genius of the original Halo series, the original Halo 1, people going back and trying to find new details, you know, just all kinds of stuff, just over and over and over again. And, you know, obviously right now people are just talking about the remake, which is totally fair. But, like, if you go back to older videos, people have waxed poetic about how good original Halo was over and over and over again. And it's because Halo 1, 2, and 3, and, you know, varying goods and bads for each one of them. Halo 1 is considered absolutely fucking peak for many reasons. Part of the reason is, like, you know, it has that energy of original, you know, Resident Evil, where they didn't have the ability to do a lot of things with the technology. They had to cut corners. But because of that, they created creative solutions in order to make the game even remotely playable. And, you know, they were able to do all kinds of crazy things because of the limitations. But because of those limitations, they did things like, you know, they only created half the maps. You go through one route for half the game, and then you go all the way back for the other half the game. But and they only did that because they had a limitation. However, because they had that limitation, they were forced to make the levels better. And they were forced to make the levels, you know, interesting both one way and the way back. And so they were able to, like, focus on design because of it. So because they have iterated beyond that with, like, you know, upgraded graphics and upgraded this and upgraded that, for like, you know, I think it was 2011 was the remake of Combat Evolved or something like that. It was something around there. Because they were able to do that, they kind of lost the design decisions that they made originally. And you're like, you kind of forgot how to make a good game. And so, yeah, that's one of the big issues. So I'm kind of a little worried whenever they talk about iteration, whenever they talk about, oh, yeah, we couldn't do this in the original. I don't know which one of these guys, if any, worked on the original Halo. Maybe they did. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're actual, like, you know, Halo OGs. But this is old 343. I don't know how many of them worked on OG Halo. I'm a little worried about that.
The sound design. All these weapons, by the way, have been painstakingly remodeled, rebuilt, higher fidelity. How do all these things kind of come to life?
What does that mean?
Comes across through the way they look, the way they sound.
Pistol looks okay. Needler looks different, but not bad.
Facts, the actual panels on.
Plasma rifle looks good. Magnum looks okay. It's fine.
The weapons themselves, the ammo counters.
With Unreal.
Wait, what?
The effects, the actual panels on the
I'm looking
weapons
at the AR
themselves, the ammo counter.
Okay.
With Unreal, the fully dynamic lighting within Lumen allows us to get those effects, right? That rich plasma lighting up and brightening the environments.
The lighting does look good. However, again, everything looks way too clean. Original Halo was grungy on purpose. It's supposed to be a broken down ring that no one went to forever. This is not like, you know, the rings woke up after Halo 1 and, you know, they have to go to the rings and do this and that and whatever in Halo 2 and Halo 3. This is not that situation. This is Halo 1. Everything was broken down dog shit in Halo 1 for a lore reason. Kind of weird.
Of course, one of the hallmark elements of Halo CE is what becomes kind of a three-way battle with the introduction of the Flood.
Yes.
There was quite a
Man. Halo 1 is over 20 years old. Think of that. I played Halo 1 when I was in high school. Actually, no. Halo 2 was high school. I think Halo 1 was middle school, actually, for me. It might have been high school. I don't know. I have to look at let me look. What year did Halo 1 come out? Halo 1 release. 2001. Okay, I was in middle school. Jesus Christ. I was like 12 years old, bro. I was like 11 years old or something. Oh my God, man. It has been 24 years since original Halo 1. Look at this game. 24 years. They had some special sauce here, man. This is crazy. This is absolutely insane. How did they do this? And also, did the AR have way less ammo in the new footage that they showed? We got to look at that. But yeah.
A bit of development between Halo
I mean,
CE and
obviously
3 to kind of how the flood behaved and just how they
weird.
interacted with the player. So we've pulled a lot of those flood behaviors into this game.
And I would say this is a learning specifically from CE to Anniversary, which is just kind of that mood, the atmosphere. The
Anniversary was the one I was talking about that sucked. I forgot what they call it. They call everything different names. But yeah, Halo Anniversary was absolute fucking dog shit. If they do everything the opposite as Halo Anniversary, we'll be in good shape.
tension, the horror, and really delivering on that from the way that we stage the encounters
They
and the
changed
setup
things
and
in
how we
Anniversary.
reveal the flood.
In Halo Legacy, there were some pure form units. We have pulled in a familiar friend, familiar fiend, if you will, to challenge the player.
So they added new enemies?
Talk to me just a
Why?
little bit about how we're approaching the narrative aspects to bring it up to the same level as the rest of
You
this.
can see the Forerunner.
We want to tell an authentic story and we want to level up the cinematics from the source.
I'm gonna get
As
some
we were building
comparison
this out,
photos
we
for you
didn't
guys.
just kind of put a new coat of paint over
Because I think we can find some comparison photos of Halo 1 and original Halo. Sorry, original Halo 1 and Combat Evolved here. Like this remake, so-called. And there's definitely some worries. Not major ones, but definitely some.
the original cinematics, right? We ended up revisiting exactly how they were blocked out, how they were sequenced, how they were put together, and we've done that across the board.
We have access to original
hearing
source
the
assets,
music
original
and
source
watching
code,
Master
and
Chief walk
access
down,
to the
though.
original storyboards. We are remastering, remixing the music to go along with these
V10s, how
cinematics.
you
We
doing,
also
buddy?
had the core principal
Welcome
cast come
back,
in and
man. It's
re-record
been a
all the
long
lines.
time.
How much firepower would you need to crack one of the engines?
Is that John Halo? Bro, that is John Halo. That is the original voice.
This really provides a degree of fidelity that we weren't able to
Is
do
that
for Halo
Cortana?
Anniversary.
Now would be a very good time to leave.
It is. It is. So
I'm
they
super
got the
excited that
original
this game
voice
will
actors.
include
This is a
3
huge
brand
W.
new bonus missions. Tell me a little bit about that.
Bonus missions? What? Now this is interesting.
It was really important that we preserve the original story as it is. So
Good. Don't you dare touch the original story. If you do, I will fuck you.
these missions specifically are meant to be a prequel, a setup for, the main course. These new missions are
Okay,
going to
a
offer some
prequel.
new opportunities for character interactions, maybe between, Chief and Johnson.
This is
We've got some new
interesting.
mechanics, maybe some new AI behaviors, things that haven't been done before in Halo CE.
I think we're just getting started.
This is interesting. Okay.
So where are we right now at this stage in development? What can you share with us?
In the past few weeks, we've been able to start engaging and sending builds out to some of our community members.
We can
So
now
people
see
are able
so
to
many
play the game?
of the elements of the level really coming together.
There's a point in every game's life cycle where it kind of just comes online.
Seeing really high fidelity versions of the cinematics, elements of the
This is good.
sandbox and encounter tweaks.
This
and
is
the
Universal
lighting.
W.
You go to someone's desk and give feedback live on an experience, and to me, that's like a really exciting time in game development.
The ultimate
got you,
love
Vitez.
letter
I'm glad you're
to the
feeling
game
better,
that
buddy.
started it all. I would call upon our entire
Continue
Halo
healing, my
community
friend.
to
Continue
welcome with open arms this next generation of players. I'm excited to just
Hey, this
relive
looks
these
good.
experiences again for the first
I mean,
time.
graphics-wise, this looks gorgeous. I'm not 100% sold on art style. There's less purple. There's less dirty. I didn't see any blood. These are a little bit of warning signs for me, but this was a very short video. So, overall I'm pretty okay, happy, but like this, there's not everything. All right, let's see the trailer for Halo. So this is the official, actual trailer. Please, God, do not screw this up. See, this is the worry. This is not how it looked in OG Halo. And this might be a nitpick, but this is what I'm talking about when I say art direction. The original pillar over here was not a clean Forerunner area. It was a it was kind of blocky. It was choppy. I'm gonna see if I can find videos for you guys. Or pictures from the OG Halo. The voices are the same, which is good.
According to the data in their networks, the ring has some kind of deep religious significance. They call it Halo. They believe that Halo is some kind of weapon.
What sort of weapon is it?
One with unimaginable power.
Everything's very clean in Unreal 5. A little weird. I mean, this is why they're doing it. This right here is why they're doing it. Look at our boy. The first time a gold elite pops out. Oh, man. This takes me back. This is good. This is good. Hearing the elite say wort, wort, wort again, I mean, we saw that in the first video. That's good. That's the good shit.
Chief, you gotta find the cartographer. We'll keep him busy as long as we can.
Fire Team Charlie, we're on our way.
Touchdown! Hit it, Marine!
Okay, interesting. The grenades look good. Explosions look good.
The Covenant are putting up a real fight. The cartographer must be here.
Huh.
Rock and roll! Rock and roll!
Give them hell, Chief.
It does bring back the original feeling. It absolutely does bring back the original feeling, which is nice. That is absolutely a W. And honestly, it's a W that's coming to PlayStation 5. Like, I think that's a good thing. Middle school me would be shocked. Oh my god. Never thought I'd see the day. All we have to offer you is nostalgia. I mean, I do understand this because it's like, what are they doing that you're not able to make a new Halo game? There is that feeling. And I think what they're doing is they're using Halo Combat Evolved, or remake, let's just call it the remake, as a showcase and kind of like, you know, kind of like isolating out and fixing the workflows as they're working on the new Halo game. They're just pumping this out because they have, you know, most of it completed with the original Halo game. They're just updating and changing graphics and textures and, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. And proving that it can be made in Unreal Engine 5. And I think it can be. Unreal Engine 5, we've seen great games made in Unreal 5, and we've seen absolute horrific dog shit. So it really depends on how much love you put into the engine. It really depends on how much effort you put into optimization and things like that. When you're able to do it really well, you're able to come out with something really special. And if you're not able to do it well, then it lags and it looks slow and everything. So there's some good elements, there's some bad elements. I think overall it's W. I think overall it's a good idea for sure. But underneath it all, there are some issues that I had with the first video. Let me reopen it for you guys, where I'm just like, what exactly are you planning here? Like, why are you thinking you need to change this a little bit? And you know, those kinds of verbiages that they're using. You know, we need to change this between Halo 1 OG. Here it is. It looks abandoned. It looks broken down. It looks jank. And it adds the ambiance. It adds to the isolated feeling. It adds the feeling that the Halo Ring world was dead. And this is the new one. It's a Forerunner monolith. And it's clean. It looks like, you know, gunmetal. It has that sheen. It looks, you know, like, you know, someone just fucking polished it like 2 weeks ago. It's fine, but it doesn't look right. It doesn't look like the OG. And I'm sorry, but this is a major difference. The trees, you know, the trees obviously look different. That was a design limitation of the original Halo. I don't really care about that too much. But this is art style. This is actual design. And this is a real choice that they're making. This is what worries me. And the insides looked very, very similar. That is my big worry. That is my big worry. And so we can look at some more pictures over here. This is not too egregious, you know. We got, this is you can see in the background actually right here. Let me move my head. You can see in the background right here. It looks old. It looks run down. It looks rustic, for lack of a better term. It looks abandoned. And here, gunmetal clean. It looks like it was just made 2 weeks ago. This is the problem. The rocks, they look fine. They look updated. They look good. The boulders, they look good. More foliage, that's a good idea. That's a good design decision. I can totally understand these things. More enemies, more shields, all these things. Totally fine with that. Woke? Nah, woke is not the word here, bro. Woke is not the word here. Like, this is not a woke thing. This is a design decision thing. And also, look at this. 32 bullets in the AR. Original, 60. Why would you change this? Why? Why would you change the balance here? Why would you fuck with the actual original game? This is a fucking of the actual original game. Why? This is and I knew I could find a picture of the AR. I was hoping I could do that, but we did. We found it. And this is the problem. This is a design decision. This is an art design decision over here. The rest of it, totally fine with the rest of it. Though, look at the colors. Look at the color palette. The color palette is far more sci-fi, far more like weird colors, more purples and everything, than in here. Like, only the shields are purple. But the rest of it, it looks like you're on Earth. It looks like you're in the Amazon or whatever. It looks good. It does look good. I'm just, it doesn't look okay. So, Woot Dragon, you're coming in here for the first time in a while, so you might not have heard the rest of my discussion. I am not saying this looks bad. I'm just pointing out the things that worry me. Like, this is like, anniversary, Halo 1 Anniversary Edition, which was like, when they remade Halo 1 all over again, that was absolute dog shit. So that would be like, Halo 1 itself, OG, the actual true original, that is like a 10 out of 10 game for me. 10 out of 10. Perfect game. I wouldn't change a thing. Halo 1 Anniversary, which they made like 10 years later or whatever, that game is like a 5 or 4 out of 10. They regressed in many ways. They added modern day design decisions to a game that should never have had any changes whatsoever, much less super negative changes. And this is mostly like the original, but there are still some boneheaded moves where you're like, why would you do this? This makes me worry about the rest of what you're doing. And so this, obviously these are only stills with Dragon and stuff like that. And these are still pulled from the trailer and so on. But like, as a result of that, I'm just like, wait a second. Why? So I'm not saying this is like, going to be as bad as Halo Anniversary. I'm not saying that at all. But I am saying that these are some worrying things. Small nitpicks, but there are some worrying things. I think that, I'm thinking like, overall the reveal, I think so far is like an 8 out of 10. Not a 10, not a 5, not a 4, like an 8. They're like, why does this look so clean? It removes the feel and the grunginess and the grime, the isolated feeling of the original. And the setting was as much of a character in original Halo as any actual character in Halo was. They brought back Foehammer. That's great. That's really, really good. That's the person who drops off she's the pilot. She's the pilot that follows you around the Pelican and takes you from mission to mission for like most of the missions in the game. So, that's a really, really big W. But like, you're looking at some of the, the cleanliness and stuff. You're like, the character is kind of missing. The Unreal Engine 5 cleanliness kind of makes it feel a little soulless. Not completely, but definitely like in that direction of, you didn't have to change this. I'm down for the modern changes. Beats having Halo 5 or was it Halo 6? Well, remember, Woot Dragon, the people who made Halo 4 and Halo 5 and Halo Infinite are the ones making this game. That's the problem. That's the problem. The people who made the dog shit sequels made this game. So you want them to remember the proper lessons from the original Halo, as opposed to the dog shit things that they learned in Halo 5, Halo 6, and Halo Infinite. Sorry, Halo 4, Halo 5, and Halo 6. / Halo Infinite. Because those games are completely weak games by comparison of the OGs. But that's the big difference. You know, it's 343 versus Bungie. And 343 just has morphed into what we know now as Halo Studios. So, like I said, like, look at this. This one is, I showed this one earlier, Woot Dragon, but you weren't here. So this is where you, the big Forerunner artifact that you, like, dive into, right? Look at this. It looks desolate. It looks broken. It looks like something of old. And this is like a Forerunner artifact that was made 2 weeks ago. And it's just like, this is way too clean. This is very, very different. And also, Foehammer flew into this. How the fuck is Foehammer going to fly into this? It doesn't even make any narrative sense. This is what I'm worried about. This is what makes me think, do the designers of this remake understand the game they're making? I hope they do. Some things that they said make me think they do. But some things like this make me think, we have some things to worry about here, boys. We got some things to worry about here. Anyways, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts. And we will look at some gameplay as well, because they did release some gameplay. What do you guys think? Overall W, overall L, somewhere in between. Let me know your thoughts. And here are some pictures of the original Halo. If you guys are wondering, why am I talking about the feel of the original Halo? Look at the feel. Look at the desolation. Look at the old school RPG feel. It, like, when you played through Halo 1, parts of it feels like a horror game. And it's not because of the engine limitations. It's because of the art direction. So if they're changing the art direction in the new Halo, it's just like, I mean, you're kind of missing the point. So I'm not expecting perfect. I just hope that they make the focus on the right things. And like, you know, the problem is when you have Unreal Engine 5, you're making everything hyper-realistic. But you lose the art design. And this is not something that happens all the time, but this is definitely something that has happened. And where, you know, if you look at Unreal Engine 5 games, people will sometimes complain, why does this look so similar to other Unreal Engine 5 games? So and this, some of the things in the new in the new one kind of give me that feel. This tree is used in Ashes of Creation and, like, you know, 15 other games. Not a big deal. I don't care about the tree. I'm just talking about the fact that this is a similarity with other Unreal Engine 5 games. And you don't want too many things to have that similar feel. That's the thing. That's the thing. Original aesthetic? Yes, you could. Yeah. Unreal Engine 5 is so broad, you could make, what's it called? Expedition 33. Expedition 33 and Black Myth Wukong are Unreal Engine 5 games. And they look completely unabashedly unique. They're one of the few couple of Unreal Engine 5s that do truly look unique. Most games don't look unique on Unreal Engine 5. And it's because the barrier of entry for making, like, you know, very similar looking games and stuff is super low. It's super easy to do, which is why most people do it. They don't bother putting in the love and the effort and the fine touches to make it look truly unique, to make it look like the art design is something that they were trying to really do with the art design, as opposed to just making the same generic slop that most, not all, most Unreal 5 games are. They could absolutely do something to make the original, make the new one, like, look at the muted colors. Compare Woot Dragon, the colors, the greens, the dark, the graininess. Look at all these colors. Look at the purples. Look at all of these things. Look at the filter. Like, it's not a bad filter, but it's a filter, right? Look at all these things. Look at the lack. So like, we haven't seen this level in the Unreal Remake, the one that's happening right now, right? But we have seen this with past as precedents. They added a whole bunch of foliage, they added a whole bunch of, you know, rocks, they added a whole bunch of this, a whole bunch of that, right? Whole bunch of detail in various different things. Not completely a bad thing. However, this is not a bridge that is supposed to have rocks and trees and, you know, foliage and all kinds of accoutrement. This is not one of those things. This is supposed to be the first area you go through, and it's supposed to be desolate. It's supposed to be scary. It's supposed to be completely subversive to what you think a normal action game was to be at the time. Halo was very unique in its feel. It was kind of like going through a survival horror game in that way. And if you make the game look too clean, make it look too easy, make it look too vibrant, you know, make it look too normal, you kind of lose the alien aesthetic, the sci-fi aesthetic, the desolation, the weirdness, the weirdness. Weirdness is a good word here. Like Halo 1 and Halo in general is supposed to be fucking weird. It's supposed to be weird. It's supposed to be alien. And right now, you look at, you know, the new foliage, this doesn't look alien to me. This looks like you could be in Zimbabwe and walk, you know, find a dusty road in Zimbabwe and see trees and rocks and stuff just like this. What you're saying is just they're unrealifying slop instead of carefully redesigning good faith. Exactly. And I'm not saying the game is going to do that. I'm just saying that these are worrying signs. And this is why a whole bunch of old Halo faithfuls like me are a little bit like, I'm a little worried here. But those are the details. Let me know your thoughts in comments below. Do you think I'm nitpicking? Do you think I should be nitpicking? Do you think I'm over nitpicking? Do you think it's still, or do you think I'm fair? Because like, I think I'm being fair. I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I'm not saying it's a 0 out of 10. I'm not saying it's going to be a 4 out of 10 because Anniversary was a 4 out of 10. That game was fucking dog shit. I'm saying that these are some worrying trends for an otherwise positive experience. A solid 7 to 8. Solid 7 to 8, which is not bad. I frankly don't expect them to knock it out of the park. I frankly only expect a 7 out of 10. So I think if you go into this game, into this, you know, Halo Remake, with low expectations, you'll feel okay with it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Be sure to give this video a like, a sub, share it with your friends. Like I said, I'm a Halo OG. I've been playing these games since the beginning. I've been playing these games since I was a baby. And I absolutely adore these games. I absolutely adore original Bungie. I really lament at what happened to them. I really lament at like what happened to, 343 and the series in general. And I really lament at like, you know, where Bungie went from here. And I kind of, this is why a lot of people are so worried about this Halo Remake. And I think it's right to be worried. I don't think it's, you know, you should be doomer about it. And I don't think I am being doomer about it. I think I'm being very fair. Exactly. How much they care? Yep, exactly. Yeah, if they put forth the effort, because like, you know, the video that they shared that we just saw, Blue Dragon, it very clearly states this is alpha. Some parts are a little choppy. There's some frame rate drops. I'm not even talking about that because I know they're going to iron that out. I hope they're going to iron that out. And if they put the proper effort in the art design and stuff like that, they should be able to iron that out as well. Now, that's not going to change why the AR in Halo Combat Evolved, the remake, has 32 bullets and the original has 60. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. So that's a big issue. But I would love to hear your thoughts. Let me know. Catch you guys in the next video.